welcome back to Deep Rock Galactic. I don't have every bestiary file, unfortunately, but I was gonna try and get it today, but I woke up really late. Like, I woke up at like 8:30 and I streamed at like 10, so didn't really have a chance. Didn't ever really have a chance of like getting it at all. But I was gonna start off the stream by my character dancing, but this is infinitely funnier. Tonight from explosions. I don't think this is something I saw before. But yeah, we're just reading the entire miner's manual. So consider this your de facto guide to the miner's manual. If you guys ever never want to spend like the 30 to an hour it might take to read it this all, you can. Oh, hi there, baby. What are you doing in my room? Hi. My cat walked into my room. What do you want, huh? Why are you just standing there? You're blocking my legs from moving forward, cat. Anyways, no, wrong thing. But yeah, the miner's manual. This is what we're reading all of. Doesn't look like much, but there's a lot in here. So, there's no better way to get started than with the, well, opening little thing. Become a competent miner. Miner's manual. An indispensable piece of literature for any DRG employee. Inside the pages of this handy booklet, this isn't a book, this is on a fucking computer, you will find invaluable information on pretty much every aspect of your time with us here on Hoxies. What are you doing, cat? Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Don't do that. Ugh. Delve into rich guides on the different regions of the planet, precious minerals we are here to obtain, as well as in-depth guides on how to be the best combat miner you can be. The miners may never leave the rig without it. Well, getting started, the basics. Oh. Stop doing that, cat. You're gonna distract me. Basics, mining. Oh, fuck. You can relaunch a tutorial, apparently. Your pickaxe can destroy all types of terrain. It is also the tool that you will use to mine resources. Hold LT on Xbox near precious resources to mine them. The resource will go directly into your inventory if there is space for it. When the inventory is full, minerals will fall to the ground to be picked up later. Depositing. There's a limit to the amount of any resource that you can carry. I don't know why I can't be able to fucking read properly, but I can't. Remember to deposit what you collect. This will put resources into a team depository. I can't read it, god damn it. And clears yours. In most missions, you will be accompanied by a meal. Well, by the meal. Press Y to bring it closer, allowing you to deposit into it. I can't read. This is a terrible idea for a stream. Dirt. Ah, yes. Many tunnel entrances are blocked by compact dirt. Once you have collected the resources from a cave and want to move on, look for a brown patch of terrain. Digging through it will bring you to an unexplored part of the cave system. That's the basics for the basics. Navigation now. Press B to throw a flare. They will regenerate over time. The caves are completely dark, so it's key to keep your light your surroundings up. I don't know why I can't fucking read. God damn it. This guy has a special tool, the flare gun, making him excel at creating slates for the whole team. Ugh. Terrain scanner. As you progress through the cave system, your terrain scanner will use ultrasounds to recreate the shapes of your surroundings. Hold 2 square button on Xbox to bring up a 3D map of the cave system. Use the terrain scanner to find your way, check the location of other members of the team, or even get the position of some mission objectives. Ugh. The laser pointer. Hold LB to equip the handy tool. It comes with a scanner that connects to a database of all scannable materials of Hoxies 4. It is also an exceptional communication device, since you can mark minerals, threats, or any other items you want to bring to your teammates' attention. Press right trigger on the Xbox once again, while the laser pointer is equipped to use a mark function. Ammo. We're not even through the basics yet. Don't worry, guys. We'll get to the actual meat of this stream eventually. Always keep an eye on the resources you and your team. on the resources of you and your team. Okay, that was a bit weird for me to read out. You want to face down a wave of enemies with an empty gun. Check the ammo indicators often on the team display. Including nitrous, the currency used to replenish your weapons, grenades, and tools. This red mineral will be found in all caves systems. Gather as much as you need to and deposit it. When the team has collected at least 80 units of nitro, you will be able to spend it to call in a supply pod by pressing down on the D-pad. The pod carries 4 resupplies, each restoring 50% of all your ammo and health. Traversal. Oh. Yes, the zip line. Definitely powerful. Yes. This powerful launcher creates a wire that all team members can ride. It is ideal to cross chasms or to overcome a big elevation. It can be used to get direct access to minerals on walls since you are able to mine while hanging. Press X to reverse the direction or hold forward on your left thumbstick to release the brakes and move faster when the inclination allows it. Platform gun. The projectile shot by the platform gun will create a walkable surface. Upon collision with terrain, these platforms are often the best way to access minerals on walls, but can also be used to build bridges, cover holes, and so much more. Grappling hook. A very flexible and agile traversal tool that the scout uses to search out a path for a team. It is also perfect to get to minerals on walls, often working together with the engineers' platforms. Hold right trigger as long as you want to be attached and let go to release the wire. Drills. They can go through any kind of terrain, creating a tunnel for the whole team to use. Digging out embedded gems and removing dirt to find a tunnel are classic tasks drills excel at. However, in good hands, this is no obstacle a good pair of drills can overcome. Also, they can't break all terrain. There are some terrain types they are unable to break. Space rig. Oh, well. Oh, no. Oh, no. I thought we were at the end, but we aren't. Oh, no. This stream might take a bit longer than I thought it would. Memorial Hall. Here we honor the fallen, those really committed to deep rock collector's profit. This respectable place is also where promotions take place. Rock and stone. Pickaxe customization. The pickaxe is the most important tool in every door's repertoire. Use the terminal to install the parts you find to make it feel unique. I'm surprised I said that word correctly, I'm pretty sure. Acquire the equipped mods for your weapons and tools, choose grenades, equip perks, and much more. Here's where you get your dwarf ready for action. Don't forget to use its loadout functionality to quickly switch presets. I don't do that at all, which I probably should. Join modification. Bosco skills will be improved using mods. Choose a mod for every slot based on your playstyle and preferences. Improving Bosco will unlock frameworks and paint jobs so your little companion can look his best. Well, the initial assignment is active from the beginning, and all the others must be selected. This terminal shows the assignments that can be taken together with those whose requirements will soon be met. Only one assignment can be active at a time, and canceling one will reset its progress. This is a piece of machinery that will transport you down to the caves of Foxy's 4. Get in once the mission is selected, and the whole team is ready. The season terminal gives you access to the performance pass. This is where you check your progression and reap your rewards for participating in the season. Missions are selected from this terminal. Every 30 minutes, the planetary scan will find new missions of various types and complexity levels. Well, complexity levels. I don't know why I added an R in there. You can also decide how difficult the mission will be, changing to hazard level. Not all missions go as planned. You will end up at this medical facility whenever you don't make it out alive in the drop pod at the end. A cozy compartment where you spend your nights between missions so you can access your KPI terminal to claim milestones and purchase perks. All your owned armor, victory poses, skin colors, and any other cosmetics we could here. In place to acquire cosmetic items, you will need credits and credit resources for any purchase. As your player rank increases, more cosmetics will be available for you to buy. Whether you have a surplus of resources or credits to spare, the mineral trading station could be a handy solution to quickly afford that item you are aiming to get. Beware though, you are paying a significant price by exchanging currencies. Promoted dwarves get access to special weekly missions. These are longer operations combining all existing types of objectives. The reward for completing them are matrix cores, a unique item that can be used in the forge. Speaking of the forge, the place where all where minerals and matrix cores mix to create overclocks and custom cosmetics. Foraging will increase your mastery level, giving you access to various rewards. It becomes accessible after your first promotion. For a small price, you can enjoy some old and new tunes. We know how much you enjoy showing off your moves. Remember, you are here to mine. Does the barrel kicking area not have its own selection? Really? Wow. The Abyss Bar. A refreshment between missions is an activity that manager tolerates. Some of the beers have effects that can help you during missions. The rest, you'll have to see for yourself. Brewing ingredients can be found down in the caves and can be used to unlock and to purchase a drink. And finally, our arcade game, Jetty Boot. Spend your hard-earned credits of beating the record in Jetty Boot. This is also considered valuable practice for unlocking the Jet Boot crate in the mines. This is why I'm so good at fucking the Jetty Boot minigame, because I just played this way too much when it first came out. Anyways, gear mods now. Stock weapons do their job, but luckily they can be modified to increase with firepower and to customize their characteristics. I can't speak. Equip a mod in each slot to build your dream guns and tools. Every weapon and gear mod acquisition will increase your weapon mastery level. However, hover over the mastery bar to see the rewards linked to every level. They can range from new paint jobs and frameworks to small boosts to the item's properties. Promote doors have different ways to obtain matrix cores. Using those, you can forge overclocks, the ultimate modification type for your weapons. They can come as balanced, clean, or unstable based on their drawbacks and how radically they change your weapon behavior. Perks. If I remember correctly, they're going to rework the perk system here soon. Perks and milestones. At the KPI terminal located in your personal cabin, you can claim perk points obtained by clean milestones. Use those points to purchase perks. Select the perks you want to equip for each character at an equipment terminal. Many perks add a passive ability when they are equipped. A passive ability can make you run faster, reduce effective poison, or reflect a part of the damage you take from enemies. Pay attention to the potential injuries with some of the gear and weapons properties. Active perks. The effects of these perks are manually activated by the user. The activation is usually contextual, after dying, while looking at a teammate, etc. They have to come with limited charges or cooldown time in between uses. Bosco, your friendly companion. No teammates, no problem. This all-purpose drone Bosco will accompany you during solo missions. He can help you mine, shoot enemies, light up the caves, and he comes with revive packages to keep you going after any unfortunate incident. Hold left bumper and right triggers sends Bosco to mine minerals, fight an enemy, or light up an area of the cave. Hold left bumper and left trigger shoots a rocket to pointed enemy at your location. Rocket mod must be installed. Bosco skills be improved using mods. Choose a mod for every slot based on your playstyle. This is already said before. Assignments. Assignments are specific sets of high priority missions that are of extra importance to the company. In exchange, you'll be rewarded once the assignment is completed, or after every step. Rewards can be weapon license, promotions, access to new terminals, and much more. The next mission of your active assignment, and also those of your team, will be highlighted on the mission terminal. Although the initial assignment is active from the beginning, all the others must be selected. This terminal shows an assignment that can be taken together with those requirements will soon be met. Only one assignment can be active at a time, and canceling one will reset progress. That is done with getting started. Now on to combat. Oh boy, damage types. Okay, let's get going. Kinetic. The bullets and pellets of most weapons deal kinetic damage. No fancy effects here, just powder and iron to weird fancy word aliens. Melee. If it can mine, it can kill. It may seem basic, but sometimes mining like tools like pickaxes and reinforced power drills are the best approach for close combat encounters. These are practically effective against frozen enemies. Well, particularly. Armor base. Special types of ammunition have been developed to deal with the hardest carapaces of some aliens. They will pass more damage through light armor and will quickly shatter heavy armor. Nothing to do about unbreakable armor, though. Some weapons environments hazards can raise the temperature of both creatures and dwarves. If it goes high enough, the creature or player will be set on fire. Fire damage the target over time A creature on fire becomes a source of heat that can eventually set other creatures on fire. After a while, the temperature will go down and the fire will douse. Some weapons and environments hazards can lower the temperature of creatures and dwarves. When the temperature is low enough, the organisms will freeze. Frozen creatures cannot perform any action nor move. They can take extra damage when hit. Even before freezing, a creature whose temperature is low will be slower. Temperature shock. A sudden temperature change will temporarily interrupt some body functions, damaging a target whenever a creature is forced out of the burning or frozen state using a strong source of cold or fire. The shock will deal extra damage. So, if you have two drillers, let one driller light the fucker up with fire and have the other one freeze it immediately. Explosives. Damage dealt in the area surrounding the impact point, usually more intense near the center. It is great for dealing with big groups of creatures. Mind your fellow dwarves, though. Their equipment is expensive. The majority of explosions will destroy the terrain they hit, making any personalities come loose in chunks. Stun. Weapons with the stun capabilities will briefly interrupt the movement and attacks of any creatures they hit. And considering how fast these beasts get, every millisecond matters. The bad news is that some creatures can also stun dwarves. Electrical. Some weapons, environments, hazards produce electrical discharges that can damage both creatures and players. Often those discharges can cause electrocution in this state. The target is slowed and receives damage over time until it wears off. Fear. Certain types of ordnance, such as explosives, can scare creatures away for a short time, making them effective tools for crowd control. Also, fleeing creatures become quite vulnerable targets. However, some creature types are less easily frightened and will not react in the same way. Radiation. Most organisms exposed to radioactivity will take damage over time. Some creatures have mutated through prolonged exposure, becoming horrible radioactive threats themselves. Pheromones. Extracts of dreadnought bile mixed with a ton of noxious chemicals will cause creatures to turn on any of their allies exposed to it. Poison. Breathing a cloud of poison will deal continuous damage. Poisonous gases are often volatile. Artificially created poison, known as neurotoxin, only affects the creatures and will even slow them down. Push. Some attacks and explosions are powerful enough to launch a dwarf into the air. Watch out for those you might not land in a favorable spot. I've never seen this happen. Well, push. Actually, no. I have seen it before. Oppressors usually do that when they slam down on the ground, and also bulk detonators. Only really big enemies do it. A few enemies have the annoying habit of grabbing dwarves and dragging them around. Best strategy in this case is prevention. Second best is to scream for help and hope that you're dropped somewhere safe. Slow down. Temporarily reduces the movement speed of the target. It is usually caused by vicious substances. You should avoid them at all costs, since a slow dwarf is an easy prey for many dangerous creatures of Hockeys. Defense. A variety of chemical reactions can regenerate health or improve damage resistance of some creatures. Removing the source usually ends the effect. A special blend of corrosive acid that deals continuous damage to anything it comes into contact with. It is elementary conductive, and some variants even have high density that slows down enemies. Piercing. Damage dealt by heavy, low-speed, sharp projectiles such as arrows, with a lack in pure kinetic energy that make up for but can sustain mass at a single point. Rocks, pock infections. Although the extraplanetary leukophage CHX-4 does not make the dwarf sick, prolonged exposure does pose a safety hazard. Staying close to the infection will eventually cause spores to sprout and entangle the afflicted dwarf. Armor. Light. Some creatures grow thin carapaces, not glow, around them. Hitting this carapace will not hurt them as much as a direct flesh hit would. The shell can be broken, revealing vulnerable parts underneath. Ammunition with armor-breaking capabilities will excel at shattering light armor. Additionally, the shot breaking the shell will deal full damage. Oh, sorry about that. Heavy. Distinctive plates of thick chitin and bone cover some of the bigger creatures. They block most types of damage. Sustained fire will eventually crack the armor, although it won't be easy without armor-breaking rounds or explosives. Did I might not pick up me reading that at all? What happened? Why can't I hear myself? I don't think heavy at all. I don't think it picked up what I said for heavy. Let me reread heavy then.
Distinctive plates of thick chitin and bone cover some of the bigger creatures. They block most types of damage. Sustained fire will eventually crack without armor, although it won't be easy without armor breaking rounds or explosives. Unbreakable. Some creatures come equipped with natural armor so thick that we haven't found a way to even scratch it. Nothing sustained fire will penetrate it. It's indestructible. Luckily, most creatures have a weak spots to shoot at. Area damage, such as explosions, is another way to deal with this kind of threat. Harder cracker. Most creatures are partially covered with armor. An efficient miner should learn the armor types and their location in order to optimize combat techniques and rethink the weapon loadout. Weak points. I like how it uses this bastard as an example. Did you know some enemies have exposed weak organs that can be destroyed even before the creature is dead? It is a good idea to aim for them since the damage output is higher in some enemies. Those organs allow them to perform special attacks, breaking them will disable those attacks. Most creatures are vulnerable to blows to the head, but that is not the case for all of them. Since the tissue covering weak spots tends to be thinner, look for the telltale sign of glowing internal fluid. Many creatures have vulnerable body parts. Hitting those will result in twice or 3 times as much damage as a normal shot. Precision weapons are specially suited for this task, and sometimes you can even be modified to do extra damage to weak points. On the other hand, area of effect weapons are those based on streams of cold or fire don't do any special damage to weak points. And now, the bestiary, where we'll spend most likely the remaining amount of time for the stream. Let's get started with the Swarmer. Low attack, low defense, but high speed. Belongs to the family Glyphid, type ground. Its attacks are slash, which is melee, and a jump, which is a move. The Glyphid Swarmer is the smallest known variant of Glyphid, barely out of the larval stage, and not yet at the point where they deal with any single armor plate. They're small enough to mostly be taken out with a single good stomp or a well-placed bullet, but don't let that fool you. Their teeth and claws remain very razor sharp, and also are fully capable of puncturing both skin and heavy-duty clothing. Also, they jump. Management recommends protective headgear and goggles will deal with swarmers. Grunt. Attack, decent. Defense, okay. And speed, normal. Family, Glyphid. Type, ground. Attack, bite, which is melee, and slash, which is melee as well. Special, none. Armor, its armor is on its body and legs, and its weak points is its head. The Glyphid Grunt is by far the most common type of Glyphid encountered on Hoxies, usually encountered in rowing packs, small relatively speaking, and agile. It is versatile and aggressive hunter that remains exceptionally hostile to any encroachment on their territory, which is the entire fucking planet. Glyphid Grunt Guard. Attack, once again, is decent, defense is normal, and speed is normal. Its family is Glyphid, type ground, slash, its attacks are the same, and its armor is also the same, however its armor seems to be more medium armor, right? Yeah, its armor is medium. Its weak point, however, is still its head. The Glyphid Guard is a heavy armored mutation of the Grunt. Its front limbs covered in dense layers of highly resistant chitin. While its attack is no more far deadly than that of the common Grunt, the appearance of a guard in the swarm should be handled with care. Its less hardy brethren are smart enough to take cover behind it. This fucker. Glyphid Grunt Slasher. Attack, pretty good. Defense, low. Well, decent. Speed, fast. Family, Glyphid, type, ground, attack, crippling slash, melee. Armor is light armor for body's legs, and its weak point is once again its head. The Glyphid slash is a more aggressive mutation of the Grunt, equipped with monstrously oversized claws and jaws capable of ripping through most armor and stunting even the hardiest of dwarves. Far more aggressive even than the Grunt, the Slasher's terrifying opponent that should never be underestimated. Never turn your back on this fucker. Glyphid Ebonite Grunt. Weaknesses? Oh yeah, they have weaknesses. I wasn't reading all the weaknesses, but shit, I'll start reading all that now. Glyphid Ebonite Grunt. Its weakness is pickaxe, well, melee damage. Resistance is to basically fucking everything. Except for melee. Attack, decent. Defense, hot, well, pretty good. And speed, normal. Family, Glyphid, type, ground, attack, same as normal grunt, and armor is unbreakable rock skin. It's been long theorized that its organic silicate, known as ebonite, can induce psychotropic effects, but only recently has been seen to infect and basically mind control several subspecies of local glyphids. How and why this happens is still being hotly debated, but the effects are clear. It makes already dangerous glyphids even worse, covering them in layers of evolutive rock-like growths capable of withstanding pretty much any standard caliber rounds. The solution R&D has so far is to get any closer with supercharged mining equipment such as pickaxes and literally break the things apart with sustained physical impact. This is of course highly dangerous, but this is why we are sending in dwarves. Warden. It has no resistances or weaknesses. It has a combat tip. Lonely wardens will call for reinforcements. It has no attack. Its defense is pretty good. Its speed is normal. Glyphid. Its family. Glyphid. Type ground. Attack none. Special defensive enhance area. And its weak point is the spherical spore emitter organ. The Glyphid Warden is a recent discovery and is a regal and terrifying entry in the ever-expanding catalog of Glyphid subspecies. From what R&D has gathered, the Warden releases a steady mixture of performance-enhancing pheromones and telepathic conditioning to any Glyphid in any range. Tremendously upping the physical resistance. A terrifying prospect, really, given that the rapid evolution of the Glyphid species. Management recommends killing every one we come across. Imagine they ever evolve the capacity to influence other species in the same way. Season 6. Stingtail, you son of a bitch. Combat tip. Sting Whip can be dodged by stepping out of its path in time. Weaknesses are explosive and electrical. Resistances is to fire and stun. Attack is pretty good. Defense is pretty good. Speed is decent. Family, Glyphid, type, ground, attack, Tuskclad, special Sting Whip, which is grab. Armor is medium armor, body, legs, tails, and head, and its weak point is its mouth and back. The Glyphid Stingtail deviates significantly from the rest of the genus, having evolved an unusually long and flexible tail, with which it reels in prey from afar. The shells here in front claws have been scaled down in favor of sturdy and sharp tusks with which it gores its prey. R&D discourages attempt to outrun him and instead advises to engage in evasive maneuvers before attempting a proper takedown. Stalker, I want to read about you son of a bitch. Combat tip. Doing enough damage will make the Stalker disengage and reposition itself. Combat tip. Pinging the Stalker will make it uncloak. Weakness, melee. Resistance, electrical. Its attack is pretty good. Defense is not good. Its speed, however, it is a fast motherfucker. Family is Glyphid, type, ground, attack, short circuit, slash, melee. Special is burrow, which is a move, and cloak, which is a move. Armor is light, body and legs. Weak points is head. The Glyphid Stalker is a cunning predator that utilizes chromatophores and its chitin exoskeleton to render it practically invisible, which, while similar cloaking abilities have been observed among other alien species, see after action report on Navi 7 1408A. This appears to be a relatively new mutation for Glyphids, but Stalker is an elusive ambusher and can burrow and reposition itself to disorientate its foes. If you suspect a Stalker present in your work environment, the best practice is to group up, watch your colleagues' backs, and cross your fingers. We're getting to the big boys now for Glyphids. Praetorian. Combat tip. The poison cloud of Praetorian leaves behind after death can be ignited. Resistances. It is a resistant to fear, stun, and piercing. Attack is pretty good. Defense is pretty good. Its speed is okay. Family, Glyphid, type, ground, attack, bite, and slash, which is both melee. Special, acid spray, which is range, and death cloud, which is an area. Front, body, and legs are all medium armor, and weak point is its back. The Praetorian is 2 tons of armor, teeth, and claws. It is extremely aggressive and highly tutorial. It vomits up powerful sprays of corrosive poison and is mostly resistant to bullet fire from the front. Both very good reasons to flank the Praetorians at all times. Furthermore, R&D advises standing well back once one of these species go down. Their poison sacs tend to rupture, covering the surrounding area in a deadly cloud of poisonous vapor. Frost Praetorian. Its weakness is fire, it resists the cold, and all the other things Praetorians do any of its stats change? Ooh, the stats do slightly change. Okay. Its attack and defense are the same, but speed is slightly faster. Family, Glyphid, type, ground, same attacks as normal one, but the attacks have changed. Well, the death thing has changed for this thing. Frost Spray, which is range, and Death Cloud, which is an area, but now they're both ice. Everything else is the same about it. Subpraetorians have adapted to the bone-chilling cold of Hoxie's permafrost layers, replacing much of their body fluids with an organic compound not too unlike commercial antifreeze. The Frost Praetorian will violently exhale gouts of freezing byproduct of this process, capable of flash freezing almost anything in their track for moving in for a kill. Radioactive Praetorian. Resistances, it has no weaknesses, but its resistance is now to radiation and everything else as well. Well, to everything else a normal Praetorian is. Its attack and speed are the same. Its attack and defense are the same, but its speed is slightly faster, making it a speedy boy. Type, family Glyphid, type ground, same attacks, same specials, but with radiation, and everything else is the same. Praetorians found in the radioactive exclusion zones of Hockey display all the usual tenacity and adaptiveness of their misbegotten kind. In short, they lap up rats like candy and use it in their attacks to devastating effect. A minimum safe distance of at least 15 meters is advised at all times. Both their beard-curdling radioactive teeth, radioactive breath, not teeth, and the lethal bursts of radiation they release on death makes radioactive Praetorian a formidable enemy for the dwarf unaware. Ebonite Praetorian. Weakness is melee, and it's risen to basically everything. However, its attacks some of its stats have changed. For example, it's as slow as a normal Praetorian. Its attack is the same as a normal Praetorian, however, its defense is high. Family Glyphid, type ground, and its attacks are the same, but has no specials, and it's unbreakable rock skin. It's long been furious with the organics. No, it's Evan. I can do. Oh, well, this is all the same. Yeah, this is literally all the same for the Ebonite as well. Glyphid Oppressor. Attack, high. Defense, high. Speed, slow. Weakness is to melee. Resistance to everything else except for radiation, as it seems. But anyways. Family, Glyphid, type, ground, attack, bite, slash, melee, and it has 3 specials. Sonic Stomp, which is push, Ragequake, which is a push area as well, and Death Cloud, which is an area effect as well. Armor for front, body, and legs are all unbreakable, and its weak point is its back. Combat tip, while performing special attacks, it doesn't turn. Use this opportunity to get a clear shot of its back. The Glyphid Oppressor is literally an organic take. A monstrously mutated Praetorian, the Oppressor is covered in so much blood-resistant chitin that it is pointless to attack it from the front. Luckily, they still leave their abdomen mostly exposed to flanking maneuvers, but the Oppressor is something you very much don't want to encounter in tight spaces. Their four limbs are powerful enough to chew through sheer rock like butter, as well as capable of producing stunning shockwaves on impact. Be extra mindful of your footing when confronting one of these. Glyphid Dreadnought. Attack, high. Defense, extremely high. Well, its defense is max, essentially. Speed, it is fast. Family, Glyphid. Type, ground. Attack, slash, bite, which which are both melee, and trembling stop, which is area. Special, ignited projectiles, which are explosives and ranged. Swarm bladder, which is a pheromones and ranged, and dig, which is a move ability. Armor is medium. It has back in it for its back carapace. However, the rest of its armor is unbreakable, so don't bother shooting at it unless you're shooting at its back. Its weak point is its back as well. The Glyphid Dreadnought, the worst of the bunch, and arguably the worst thing Hoxie has yet to throw at us. It's fast, smart, huge, and carries enough bioweapons to fight a small war. It's worked several preferred methods of attack, including firing actual fireballs at you or sending cataclysmic shockwaves through the area for very ground you stand on. It has its abdomen exposed for heat disposition, like much of its kind, but unlike the rest of this, one has a tough outer shell that needs to be cracked before you can hit the weaker innards. And to make matters worse, it is capable of regenerating said shell within seconds. R&D's primary recommendation upon me Dreadnought is simple: run. Dreadnought Hive Guard. Well, why did my mic do that? I don't know why. Can you guys hear me again? I don't know. Yeah, you can. Okay. So, the Glyphid Dreadnought Hive Guard attack and defense are the same as the Dreadnought. Its speed is slightly slower, though. Family Glyphid type ground attack slash melee. Well, slash and bite, which are both melee. Its special summon reinforcements, which is an area. Fire mortar, which is range. Rock burst, area, and dig, which is move. Armor, entire body. Weak point, temporary exposure on body and back. The Dreadnought Hive Guard is an interrupted progression in the Dreadnought Metamorphosis. Currently, R&D is not in agreement on what the final form would be like, but everyone agrees that this is bad enough. Besides its own attacks, the Hive Guard is also able to summon reinforcements to aid in its battle. Previously unknown to us, the new Glyphids have been dubbed as the Sentinels, and they are very mobile and aggressive. The Hive Guard is slower than the basic Dreadnought, but it is even better. It has even better survivability, exposing its vulnerable areas only occasionally and being completely immune to damage at all other times. Engage with extreme caution and plenty of ammunition. Dreadnought Twins. They hit fucking hard. Defense is worse than both other Dreadnoughts, but speed is better than both. No combat tip. Family Glyphid. Type ground. The Arbalist has an explosive barrage, fireball fan, flame. It has explosive barrage and fireball fan, which is all ranged, and their Lacerator, flame breath, rock waves, which are all ranged, and then slam, which is melee. Special armor regeneration, area, and burrow, which is move. Weak armor is light armor and body and legs. Weak point none. On occasion, a Dreadnought was split into two during Metamorphosis, and twins were developed side by side in the cocoon. All the examples of characters so far have been interrupted transformations with armor that is not fully hardened. Just what would emerge from the cocoon if the process was permitted to finish is still unknown despite R&D's request for a controlled study. Management would like to keep it that way. One of the few good things management has ever done. Now we're on to the Acid Spitter. We're almost out of all the Glyphids. Glyphid Acid Spitter. Attack, normal. Defense, decent. Speed is decent as well. Family, Glyphid, type, ground. Attack, Acid Spit, ranged. Armor is light, body and legs. Weak point is its head. The Acid Spitter is another offensive member of the awful Glyphogenos. The mouth parts of the Acid Spitter has evolved into an almost crossbow-like mechanism, allowing it to pelt intruders with vile acid-tipped barbs to add insult to injury. They are fast, eye-drawn, stick to the ceilings and dark corners. Prior to taking these out early, left unchecked, they can cause enormous damage to even as well-structured team. Yeah, these guys are a fucking nightmare. Web Spitter. Attack, bad. Defense, not good. And speed is okay. Family, Glyphid, type, ground. Attack, Web Spit, which is ranged. It has light armor for its body and legs, and head is its weak point. A close cousin of the Acid Spitter, the Web Spitter is capable of firing globs of extremely sticky webbing that will entrap and immobilize any prey. Allow them to go in for a kill at their own pace. I can't read. Relatively benign compared to most of their kin. but still fully capable of spelling doom for anyone encountering one during a full-on swarm. Septic Spreader. Attack, normal. Defense, normal. Speed, fast. Glyphid, which is its family. Type, ground, attack, sepsis, lob, which range, special, abdomen rupture, and armor is light armor for its back carapace. And its weak points are its head and its sack. A distant cousin of the acid spitter, sporting an evolved abdomen capable of storing intensely corrosive sepsis. You can fire these in staggering amounts at any enemies in the vicinity, and can leave huge areas covered in highly corrosive puddles if left for too long. Taking out one can be a difficult task given their agility and high evasiveness. It is recommended that to engage them at range to avoid volatile explosions of the acid pus in the wake of their demise. Glyphid Menace, you fuckers. Attack, high. Defense, pretty good. Speed, high. Family, Glyphid. Type, ground. Attack, rapid spit, range. Special move is burrow, which is move. Armor is medium for its top. Weak point, side sacks. The Glyphid Menace is not, as one assumed, a closer relative to the Glyphid Acid Spitter. While their attacks are relatively similar, they in fact represent two entirely distinct avenues to the Glyphid evolution. The Menace is an exceptionally greater threat and displays a sophistication almost unheard of among their kin. They burrow into the ceiling, hiding from view, only emerging to rapidly fire blistering volleys of corrosive goo at any would-be invader, hand of extreme prejudice. Exploder! Combat tips. Destroying the head disables all neurological connections needed for self-combustion. If the exploder dies in a frozen state, self-combustion doesn't occur. Weakness, cold. I haven't been reading any weaknesses, but there's been no weaknesses for a while. Attack, high. Defense, low. Speed, fast. Family, Glyphid. Type, ground. No attacks, special, self-combustion, which is an area. Why does my mic get louder? What the fuck? Weak point, head. The Glyphid exploders are curious and deadly beasts, and R&D remain torn on the subject of whether their behavior is caused by an invasive pathogen or through natural evolution. Every inch of the exploder's outer layer is covered in fragile bladders of highly volatile fluids. These fluids combust violently when mixed, meaning a close encounter can result in both third-degree burns from the resulting explosion, as well as severe laceration by chitin shrapnel. R&D heartily advises to take them out from a safe distance. It is well known to attempt to rush intruders. Radioactive exploder. Combat, destroying the head disables all neurological. Same thing as far as attack. None of its stats change. It's now resistant to radiation and has no weakness at all. Family, Glyphid. Type, ground. Attack, none. Special, irradiate self-combustion. Weak point, head. Turns out the volatile fluids developed inside the common exploder are highly reactive to gamma radiation. The exploders found in areas of highly radioactivity glow distinct green and leave behind deadly clouds of radioactive vapor once detonated. Avoid at all costs. The bulk detonator. Resistance, explosive. Attack, insta-kill. Defense, high. Speed, low. Combat tip. Suspended ashes of the spark show the area affected the Hellfire attack. Combat tip. If a bulk detonator dies in a frozen state, the effective final blow is greatly reduced. Family, Glyphid. Type, ground. Attack, Hellfire, area. Special, final blow, and which is an area, and dig, which is move. Which means this thing will find you. It will fucking break through the earth to reach you. Armor, none, because it doesn't need it. And weak point, the bulbs. The current theory is that the Glyphid detonator is what happens when an exploder manages to somehow not explode during its volatile and usually short life. They grow to enormous sizes, their skin hardening to thickly clouds crust capable of withstanding most standard calibers to an astonishing degree. A number of pulsing tumorous growths will usually be found along their back, which works in our favor. Focused fire on these tumors will result in tremendous trauma to the beast. But even when severed with such weak spots, they rank in the absolute top list of threats Huxley's throws at our operation. Take them quickly and from a distance. Get too close and we release a devastating shockwave of fire. And true to their name, managing to kill one will result in the blast ranging on a kiloton scale. The Crassus Detonator. Resistance, explosive. Its attack and defense are fucking maxed. And I think it's slight. No, it's not. It's not. It's the same speed as the other one. Combat tip. Just spend. It's the same thing. Combat tip for the other one. Family, Glyphid, type, ground, attack, hellfire, special, golden final blow, dig, move, and armor is golden skin, which is light armor. And its weak point are bolts. A close covers the Glyphid detonator, but displaying an exceptionally thrilling mutation. It's every bit as lethal as its cousin, releasing the same devastating shockwaves and blowing up with a blast the kiloton range, but instead of blasting the surrounding environment on account of the tremendous heat release, the most peculiar chemical reaction occurs. Everything caught in the blast radius of an exploding Crassus detonator turns to gold. Incredible. Brood Nexus. When you spot a swarm with a distinct green tint, it is usually a sign of a nearby Brood Nexus. Family, Glyphid, type, stationary. For the first one that's not fucking ground. I'm so happy. Defense is decent. Attack, none. Speed, none. Special, swarmer release, which is an area. Weak point are his eyes. The Brood Nexus is one of the most great mysteries of Hogseas. While we know for a fact that Glyphids hatch from eggs, these malodrosous organic protuberance nonetheless expel freshly bird and ravenous Glyphid swarmers. It's theorized by Brood Nexus is a completely separate genus, somehow able to replicate the DNA of other species and use their design for its own protection. Either way, if you meet one, take it out with extreme prejudice. Now we're on to something that's not fucking Glyphid for once. Mactera's spawn. Combat tip. The spawn cannot execute a dash while it's charging a sting shot, making it an easier target to hit. Freezing Mactera will instantly kill it. Weaknesses to explosive, melee, fire, corrosive, and piercing. Attack, medium, defense, decent, speed, fast. Family, Mactera, type, flying, attack, sting shot, range, special, dash, move, weak points, abdomen. The Mactera spawn is the most common of the Mactera, and illustrates precisely why DRG's position is to annihilate the species utterly. Fast, efficient, and utterly horrible, the Mactera spawn will do its best to overwhelm its enemies through sheer numbers and then swoop in to liquefy and suck out their remains using a proboscis, the approximate size and shape of an old war bayonet. Shoot to kill at any time you spot any of these flying horrors. Even the company doesn't like these guys, and we've been fighting Glyphids mainly. Mactera Brundle. Freezing will kill it instantly. Weaknesses are to explosive, melee, fire, and corrosive. Attack is the same. Defense is a lot higher. Speed is the same as well. Mactera, flying, sting shot, it's ranged. Medium armor for its abdomen, and its weak point is an abdomen. A heavily armored variant of that Mactera spawn, the Brundle is just as deadly while also being very resistant to damage, with its vulnerable abdomen covered by fake armor, even more aggressive than its fragile counterpart. The Brundle is not afraid to get up close and personal. He's gonna throw hands with you. Tryja. Weaknesses are to same thing as the Brundle. Freezing will kill it instantly. Attack is a bit better. Defense is the same, and speed I'm pretty sure is the actually its defense is a bit weaker, but speed is around the same as every other Mactera. Mactera, flying, triple barrage, ranged attack, and weak point abdomen. Mactera Tryja not only has trisected jaws, but also shoots free explosive spines at once. These spines burst on contact with a small area. While not great for by itself, but Tryja can be quite deadly if you are otherwise occupied or get cornered. Goo Bomber. Attack, good. Defense, good. Speed, slower than other Mactera. Weaknesses to melee and corrosive. Break the sacks, disable the barrage attack, and freezing it will instantly kill it. It's Mactera, flying, blob shot, which is range, special, goo barrage, which is an area. Its weak point is sacks. Mactera Bomber, the bloated, overweight cousin of the Mactera spawn. It's a cortex sack of flying slime. Ponderously, keeping itself a fluff, while only seeking to trap any invaders with sticky goo before firing barbed venomous darts at stuck victims. Nothing good to be said about the Mactera Bomber, except for the fact that it has a very obvious weak spot. The bulging exposed slime sacks on the sides. Shoot these, just don't stand underneath when you do. Bacteria Frost Bomber. Weaknesses are to everything I mentioned before. However, it's resistant to frost. However, if you freeze it, it will die instantly. It also breaks its sacks as well. Attack is the same as the bomber. Bacteria, flying, blob shot, ranged. Special, frost barrage, which is cold, weak point sacks. The Bacteria have managed to find a niche for themselves even in the frigid permafrost layers of epoxies, and the Bacteria Frost Bomber is one of such an adaptation. Rather than the sticky hot mess left by its cousin, the Frost Bomber entraps you in a freezing globs of rapidly hardening foam instead. You realize the foam is actually massive microscopic burrowing larvae, but any organic activity within it ceases as soon as it's covered in it return to normal temperatures. Grabber. Attack, essentially fucking none. Weakness, melee. Defense, normal. And speed is decent. Well, speed is good as well. Failing, Bacteria, flying. Attack, none. Special, hug, which is move. Weak point, abdomen's tip. Bacteria Grabber is among the most aggressive of bacteria, seeking to swoop in unseen and rapidly scoop up an unexpected victim in its long, clawed limbs, only then to drop them from a great height onto the rocks below. Somehow this behavior is more enduring when performed by terrestrial birds using nuts. Usually employees report a spectacular hatred for this particular breed, and with good reason. Dwarves are not nuts. We're now on to these guys. I can't pronounce their name. Shocker. Attack, weak. Defense, weak. Speed, good. Around normal. Family, I can't pronounce the name to it. It's flying. It has a shock attack, though. Well, it's special shock, which is melee. Shockers are the soldiers of the Neoductate Collective. I'm not pronouncing that again. Usually found roving in great swarms. Their primary objective is to protect their breeders, as well as build up the ambient static charge that both serve as their primary source of nourishment and primary means of attack. A most peculiar group of Hogsy natives, but one that should not be underestimated. Despite their almost cute appearance, we have lost many miners to them already. The breeder. I'm not going to say its fucking name, though. Destroy the egg clutches before they hatch. The breeder only exposes its weak point while breeding. It has no attack, it has high defense, and it has slow speed. It's the same family as the other guys. Flying. It's special, it's breeding, and its weak point is the mouth. Breeders serve as the mothership of the collective and provide a constant mental link between any nearby Neodakes. I can't pronounce that name. They are known to travel great distances back and forth to check up on their myriad egg deposits and display a level of solemn tenderness that almost unheard of on Takis. Still, their constant depositing of fresh egg clutches poses a direct threat to the operations of DRG, and any breeder should be exterminated on site. Plus, despite appearances, they are fairly delicious with spurts of lemon. Okay, nice to know that we're eating the bugs. And the Cave Cruiser. Attack, none. Defense, normal. Speed, decent. It's flying and it has nothing else for it other than the family it's part of. The Cave Cruiser is also a member of the Collective family. They seem to mostly just float around, sucking up static charge from their surroundings and being mostly oblivious to the happenings around it. Harmless. This is even a worse name. What the fuck is this? Kronar? Kronar. Youngling. Attack. Decent. Defense. Decent. Speed. Fast. Family. Kronar. Type. Ground. Special. Is Rolling Strike. Its armor is light back carapace, and its weak point is its tail tip. Kronar younglings possess all the same bad traits of their mature counterparts, except for the fact that they have not yet developed the ability to fire acid at you, and that their armor is nowhere near as resistant to standard caliber firearms. Kill on sight. Shellback. Weakness, fire and ice. Attack, good. Defense, good. Speed, fast. Family, Kronar. Type, ground. Attack, acid spit range. Special, rolling strike, which is push and move for it. armor is back carapace, which is now medium armor, weak point, and tail tip. The Chrono Shellback is another example of evolution running wild on Hogsky. Basically, a 3-ton pill bug of a bad stomach acid problem, folds stuff into a wheel shape, and it's able to propel moving themselves with great speed, using their enormous weight and sturdy armor to crush anything unlucky enough to be in their path to pace. And with the tires of that, it might let loose sizzling volleys of ghastly globs of intense acid, a truly awful creature that should be avoided at all costs. The Namwek Traveler. Weakness, fire and cold, attack, good, defense, medium, speed, fast. Combat tech, look for high ground to avoid danger zone. Combat tip, sustained damage will cause it to emerge and temporarily expose its weak point. It is a part of the Neok family, type, ground, attack, fin tackle, which is melee, and its special is clutch, which is a grab. I've never actually seen it grab people before, except for like maybe once. Weak point, abdomen. The Trawler is an aggressive omnivore that strikes without warning, and all DRG employees should take the time to get to know the telltale signs of these creatures well. The Trawler has evolved the incredible ability of carving through solid rock with such ease that they can be said to swim through the very ground itself. They will attack literally anything that moves, including DRG employees, and will attempt to drag any prey with them into the ground and be torn apart by a frothing rush of demolished stone in their path. Terrible fate to be sure. Deep Tora, a honeycomb. Weakness, fire. Attack, weak. Defense, good. Speed, good. Family, Deep Tora. Type, stationary. Special, insect swarm. The Deep Tora honeycomb is proof that not all Hogbees arthropods grow to its range and size. The honeycomb is an easy organized organic structure and has upwards of 10 million flesh-eating Deep Tora drones. When not particularly harmful towards dwarves, it is nonetheless recommended to stay at range or take the hive out with a sustained fire. Deadly or not, being bitten and stung by heavenly tiny angry creatures at the same time is never fun. Deep Tora Vol Wasp Nest. Weakness, fire. Attack, weak. Defense, good. Speed, good. Deep Tora, stationary, insect swarm, and special ability. Relative to the Deep Tora, the bow wasp has only been spotted within the confines of the hollow bough since the name. While more numerous than its sandblasted cousins, the bow wasp appears to be less aggressive, though it's still recommended to keep distance from a nest when possible. Corlock, Tyrant Weed. Tip. Try to destroy the healing pods as soon as they spawn. Attack, high. Defense, high. Speed, none. Weakness, melee. Resistance to explosive and electrical. Family, Corlock. Type, stationary. Attack, Corlock Spit, which is range. Special, healing pods, which is an area. Armor shell, which is the core. The armor is the core shell, which is unbreakable. And weak point, sprout heads, and weed core. The Corlock Tyrant Weed is a hideous amalgamation of near sentient plants working together as one. At the center, the armored clam-like heart of the whole structure, a biological factory pulsing with ill intent surrounding it, watchful, aggressive sprouts ready to fire globules of spit, the stinging ichor at any adversary. The heart clam will continue to attempt to spawn new sprouts, so be sure to take the damn thing out when it opens up to give birth. Automaton. Betsy. Combat tips. Betsy needs to stop to activate the laser and fire a precision burst. Combat during a bomb shower attacks, the parasite can only be hurt from within the shield area. Attack, high. Defense, high. Speed, normal. Automaton, ground. Attack, precision burst. Quick bomb, and both those range. Special, bomb shower. Armor, all unbreakable, all metal parts, and weak points are the parasites on it. The Betsy autonomous weapons platform is a remnant of the first attempts to tame Hogbees. Alas, it was quickly discovered that its local species of parasites, the Xenorch-charged suckers, love nothing better than to corrupt the programming of Betsy units by gorging themselves on the copper wiring and electrical charge within. Any Betsy left on Hogbees should be treated with extreme caution. These mechs were designed to take on the worst Hogbees has to offer and should be treated as such. Still, if the mining team should find themselves able to dislodge the parasites, they might gain a new temporary ally. The other tab now, which means we're nearing the end. Carnivorous larva, attack, weak, defense, weak. The speed, it's good. Family, other, type, ground. It's everyone for themselves on Hoxies, and life is cheap. That being said, whether a foul mind dreamt of these as things is truly deranged. These invasive larvae will burrow into practically anything biological given half a chance. They will multiply aggressively, and once they do find a nice nest, take out the carriers and larvae themselves with extreme prejudice. The stories we've heard from our predecessors on Hoxies are not for children. Holly Hoarder, attack none, defense high, speed high. Family, other, type, ground. Special, burrow, move. The Holly Hoarder is a docile herbivore which displays quite unique survival trait for Hogsie's natives. It does not attempt to reduce you to a fine red pace, rather it attempts to flee at any side conflict, including the appearance of DRG employees. Usually best left alone, except for the fact they absorb great quantities of local valuable minerals into their skin as they feed off the local rock faces, meaning to say one is equal to a rather nice bonus to any mission paycheck. Spitball Infector. Weakness, fire. Attack, high. Defense, good. Well, actually, attack and defense are both good. Family, other, type, stationary. Acid mortar is an attack, which is ranged. Hello there, hi. I'm reading all the DRG thing. I need to take a drink of some. My throat is not good. Good enough now. Combat tip: the acid motor projectile is going to be shut down. The spitball infector has proved impossible to classify as either fauna or flora. What is known, however, is that it does not appreciate visitors. It will fire volatile balls of corrosive bile at anything it deems an unwelcome guest. Once roused from slumber, immobile and stuck to the cave floor by extensive root-like limbs, they should pose little threat to any experienced dwarf. That said, they should never be underestimated. They do pack a punch. I've almost lost several missions of these guys. Lovely, Cave Leech. We don't have access to the next guy after the Spitball Infector, but we do have access to the Cave Leech. Attack, medium, defense, okay. It has no speed. Family, other, type, stationary, attack, tentacle snatch. Cave Leech is the reason for the long-running informational campaign across all DRG space rigs. Look out, look up. It is an immobile tentacled sack of grease found suspended from secluded ceilings within particularly dark caves, just waiting for anything meaty and unaware to walk past and become an unsuspecting snack. As Ranger Garvax says again, look out, look up. Stabbervine. Weakness, fire. Attack is good. Defense, normal. No speed. Family, other. Type, stationary. Attack, stab. Weak point, base of the claw. Only spawn the Halbal, the aptly named Stabbervine, is very aggressive and should be approached with caution. The source of these vines is still unknown as is their exact nature. Is it a plant or animal? We just don't know. Festerfully, the fucker who caused me to nuke myself on accident yesterday. Attack, none. Defense, low. Speed, fast. Family, other, type, flying. Professionally is a nuisance at best, but is quickly becoming an actual problem for our operations. While relatively harmless, they have been known to procreate at exceptional rates when allowed to, scouring cases entirely of organic material and potentially clogging up costly mining equipment. Any employee that does not eliminate effectively on site is liable to fines, reprimands, and worse. We don't have access to the next thing at all either. But we do have access to the loot bug. No attack. Defense. Low. Speed. Slow, boy. Family. Other. Type. Ground. And special. Mineral chomp. And that just means that if it comes across like gold or nitro, it'll eat it up and make more of it. Loot bug is the affectionate term coined by the DRG employees for a docile, grub-like creature found almost all across Hoxies, and usually seen grazing peacefully on the topsoil like several other creatures on Hoxies. Its diet primarily consists of silicates, shell, meaning that their innards tend to build a fairly hefty deposit of precious minerals. This also renders it practically inedible to most Hoxies wildlife, which in turn leaves it perfectly harmless, and generally of a warm disposition towards most creatures that would approach it. Golden loot bug. Uh-oh. Why are you like this, Mike? Golden loot bug, attack, none, and everything is sort of the same, except for maybe, I think defense is a bit better, no. The family, other, type, ground, special mineral chomp. Loot bug is the affectionate term coined by, okay. It's the same thing. Maggot, defense, low, speed, low. Family, other, type, ground. The maggot is actually anything but a maggot, though the mistake is understandable given the aesthetics of the creature. In fact, they are rather collectives of symbiotic smaller creatures working together in order to reach the planet's surface, where they hope to suck up solar radiation before returning to the desk. Generally docile and harmless, many express disgust at the sight of an incriminating smell of the maggots, preferring to walk in great circles around them rather than getting their boot or gear soaked in the approximate feel and smell of burning piles of soiled diapers. So look at Harvester. Attack, none. Defense, high. Speed, low. Family, other, type, flying. The Scarlet Harvester is a rare sight on Hoxies, a truly docile beast that neither runs nor attempts to kill you. In fact, it seems mostly oblivious to anything apart from its relaxed hunt for delicious trace of elements and microscopic crystals found in the Hoxie soil. They are large and friendly. Their reverberating song uncommon, but welcome respite from the relatives surrounding chaos of Hoxies. Mobile Cave Angel. Defense, okay. Speed is it's good. It has good speed. Family, other, type, flying. A strange creature to say the least. The Mobile Cave Angel still has the eggheads baffled as to how it swims in air as they're wheeled. The Cave Angel, however, is perfectly harmless, though sometimes curious, it can still be safely ignored. The Hoxie Niffer. No attack. Defense, low. Speed, okay. Family is other, type, flying. Bright and colorful, just like its surroundings. The Niffer is a harmless little critter seen fluttering around the Zora wheel. Curious and friendly, don't be surprised if one or two fly by to say hello. Vartox well, he's blocking off the words scramble. Attack, medium. Defense, high. Commenting, the core can't be damaged till all nearby weak points have been destroyed. Family, other, type, stationary. Acid volleys of attack, which is range. Weak points are the nodules. Vartox Scramble is an invasive sentient plant that spreads across cave systems, posing a potent threat to subterranean ecosystems and DRG employees alike. The species is actually a network consisting of impenetrable core that attacks targets of acidic ichor particles and sensor feeler nodes that it spreads across the cave system to detect prey. These delicate feelers create a vulnerability for the plant, meaning that they should be targeted before to destroy the plant's projectile shooting core. We're on to Rival Tech now. We're near the end of now. Rival Tech Patrol Bot. Weakness, explosive, electrical, melee, fire, resistance, radiation. Setting patrol bots on fire fries your wire and destroys them instantly. Patrol bots has a chance to malfunction, successfully hacking it, and this state makes it assist you in combat. Attack, good. Defense, good. Speed, normal. Family, Rival Tech, type, ground and flying. Attack, plasma laser shot, focus, fire, shot, or range. Special, missile attack, range. Armor is medium, main body, head is weak point. The Patrol is a defensive drone for a rival company. Versatile traversal options in combat, covering both ground and air. It uses a plasma laser from the particle accelerator placed inside its head, which is also a weak spot. Its metal exterior makes it a durable, tough enemy with a fire, while protecting its AI is easy to bypass, making it a perfect target for your state-of-the-art hacking device. Shredder. Use your AoE weapon to take several shredders out at once. Your pickaxe is an effective weapon against shredders. Weakness is to everything else I mentioned before, and resistance is to one-zero radiation. Attack is okay. Defense is low. Well, defense is weak, and speed is fast. Family, Rival Tech, type, flying, pouncing pack, melee. The shredders are small drones traveling packs and roam rival prospecting facilities looking for intruders. By themselves, they pose little danger, but together they will tear dwarf to shreds in seconds. Caretaker. Damage all 4 intakes to reveal its weak spot. Attack, it's high. Defense, maxed. Speed, none. Rival tech. Stationary. Attack, plasma wave barrier. Area. Special, area shock, phase bomb barrage, and summon sniper turrets. Ranged. Armor it's its body, which is unbreakable. Ion intakes are its weak point. R&D reports signs of these giant structures above our new Robotech data vaults. Hidden behind a giant impenetrable shield, we fight you binds who have returned alive report that the structures of the facility's caretaker is an extremely dangerous machine that furiously protects the valuable data hidden underneath it. Bring your strongest arsenal for this beast. Robotic appendage. Depleting the appendage's health will put it out of commission for a short period of time. Attack, medium, defense, good. Family, Robotech, type stationary. Attack, stab, which is melee, laser barrage, which was ranged. Special, burrow charges, ranged. Weak point, head. Robotic appendage is an extension of the caretaker that furiously attacks intruders in a variety of close and long-range attacks. Their durable exterior makes them almost indestructible, but R&D has gotten reports that damaging the head will put them out of commission for a moment. Unfortunately, it's not possible to destroy them completely as long as the caretaker is alive. Repulsion turret. Getting close will make the turret lower its defenses. Its weaknesses are fire and melee. Attack is okay. Defense is pretty high. Family, Robotech, type stationary. Attack, plasma force field, range, weak point, side vents. The propulsion turret emits a barrage of plasma force fields which apply an extreme amount of force to anything it comes into contact with. Although completely immobile, the turret is protected by a barrier when inactive, and the huge amount of plasma force fields it emits can't be shot through. Burst turret. Getting close will make the turret lower its defenses. Weakness, fire and melee. Attack, okay. Defense, good. Speed, none. Rival tech, stationary, plasma laser barrage, weak point, top vent. The burst turret is protected by an impenetrable barrier and lie in wait for intruders. We're set up around proximity facilities to protect power stations that keep the shield around the vault intact. Once it's sent to just pick up a intruder movement, it will lower its barriers and attack. Sniper turret. If its lasers on you, it means the sniper turret has you in its crosshairs. Take cover. Weakness, fire, melee, attack, good, defense, decent. Family, rival tech, type, stationary, attack, focus shot, ranged. Sniper turret protects the power stations that keep the shield around the data vault intact. Once an intruder enters a room with a power station, these turrets will immediately set their sights on their target and shoot them with a powerful plasma turret laser shot. Prospector drone. No attack, weaknesses, explosive, electrical, melee, with fire, resistance, radiation. Take out the engines to make the prospector move slower. Once defeated, the prospector will drop all of its samples. Sometimes that includes nitric, gold, and local minerals. Its attack, none. Defense, high. Speed, high. Family, Robotech, type flying. Special evacuation protocol, move. Summon reinforcements, which is area, and immunity barrier, which is a move. Weak point, side engines. The prospector drone is sent by a rebel company and programmed for curiosity and thorough work. It reaches every nook and cranny around areas of hotkeys of mining potential. If attacked, it will call for help from its fellow drones and flee to avoid its precious data being lost into deaths. Nemesis. Oh my god, there's a lot of combat tips for this guy. The hard armor is breakable. Peel it off of your firearms to expose more of its internals. Stay out of reach or seek cover to avoid getting grabbed. If you're caught, you're dead. Setting the Nemesis on fire is not easy, but will instantly destroy it. Resistance, radiation. Attack, it's maxed out. Defense, really high. Speed, okay. Family, Royal Tech, type, flying. Attack, seize and destroy protocol, grab. Special, defensive shield barrier. Bombardment, failsafe, and dig. Upper and lower body panels are medium armor, and ion exposed internals are the weak points. The bloody rivals weren't screwing around when choosing this abomination to the caves of Hockeys. Few dwarves have met the sort and lived to tell the tale. Those who make back alive and still have their wits about them report being lured in by cries for help from their fellow dwarves, only be ambushed by this monstrosity. It is near unstoppable, but beast that seeks to lure in. hunt down and eliminate other artwork force, and management provides to flee on site. If you have no other options, prepare for a fight, bring your most powerful firearms, and keep your distance. One of the Rockpox now. Lithophage Rockpox Larva. Attack, weak. Defense, weak. Speed, good. Lithophage, ground, and attack is infest, melee. Above the aggressive stage of the Rockpox, upon hatching, plague larvae seek out a potential victim and infect them. This causes rapid and irreversible psychological changes, resulting in the infected glyphids we have been spotting in the caves. Luckily, at the moment, the larvae seem incapable of infecting dwarves. Nevertheless, contact should be avoided, as we still know so little about this new life form. Roxpox Grunt. Destroying the Roxpox blisters will kill the Roxpox Grunt. Foam can typically repel Roxpox hostiles. Will host. Attack is decent, defense is decent, speed is good. Family, lithophage, ground, attack, bite, slash, or melee, special, Roxpox infestation, ranged, armor, none, weak point, Roxpox blisters. Unfortunately, lithophage CHX-4 is infectious to some organisms native to Hoxie's 4. The most prominent of these species being the glyphid grunt. A grunt infected with the Roxpox undergoes systematic psychological changes, making their physiological. I don't know why I keep saying psychological. Changes making their bodies numb, rigid, and very hard to kill. During this stage, Rockpox blizzards are formed, causing devastating internal damage upon destruction. Oh my god, there's a lot of tips for this guy. Destroying all Rockpox blizzards will kill the Rockpox Praetorian. Keep your distance with this chance of catching Rockpox yourself. Not all Rockpox blizzards are visible from one angle. Little film can typically repel Rockpox host. Resistance, fear, and stun. Attack is high. Defense is high. Speed is okay. Family, lithophage, type, ground, attack, bite, and slash or melee. Special, infectious vomit, area, death spores, area, and Roxpox infestation, ranged. Armor, medium armor, front body and legs. Weak point, Roxpox blisters. Carrying advanced lithophage infection, the Roxpox Praetorian has grown extremely resistant to physical harm. Symptoms observed in Roxpox Praetorians include, but are not limited to, surfacing of blisters rooted to its host internals, sprouting of groping tendrils, peripheral vomiting, increased appetite, agitation, pale greenish skin, necrosis, lethargy, and a sore throat. Although the Rockpox infection makes the Praetorian almost impervious to damage, R&D has observed that the destruction of all Rockpox blizzards will result in sudden expiration of the host. Rockpox blisters will spitter. Destroy, just destroy all the blisters and you kill it. Attack, good. Defense and speed are medium. Family, lithophage, type, ground, attack, infectious spit, ranged, weak point, Rockpox blisters. Rockpox acid spitter is a victim of aggressive Rockpox infection to the mandibles and acid glands, turning its already impervious bioproteins into a highly infectious Rockpox vector as well. The infection is wreaking havoc on the glyphid's nervous centers, suppressing its normal pain response, and continues pumping it full of combat pheromones, which results in a far greater threat response than we are used to. With this in mind, it's utmost important to take care of these critters out as soon as you spot them. Left unchecked, they can quickly will infect your entire team, as well as any other wildlife in the vicinity. Rockpox Exploder. If the exploder dies in frozen state, self-combustion doesn't occur. Being a con in self-combustion, exposure radius instantly causes infection. Attack is good. Defense, okay. Speed, high. Family, lithophage, type, ground, special, pustule burst, and weak point, Rockpox blisters. We're almost through all the bestiary. Rockpox has been a profound influence on the eternal weak workings of the glyphid exploder. The usual protection of volatile bio-napalm has been twisted into something more like organic concrete, hardening its outer carapace significantly, but likely causing the creature significant pain as its joints seize up and its tendons crystallize. In spite of this drastic change, phenomenally, the Rockpox exploder still explodes. A layer of newly formed pulsates covers it almost entirely, and releases highly concentrated clouds of infectious lithophage spores upon rupture. Anything caught in a blast will be instantly infected. Take them out from a safe distance. Do not allow them to get close. Breaker attacks to destroy it. Disable a barrage attack. Rockpox Goo Bomber. Weakness. melee, and corrosive. Attack is good. Defense, high. Speed, good. Family, little of age, type flying, attack, rock puck infestation, ranged, and rock puck barrage area. Weak point, rock puck blisters. As a little of age, infection has aggressively evolved and turned airborne. Even the flying creatures of Hogsheath have begun to succumb to the disease. Rockpuck's goo bomber is one such result. It has been observed spreading goo containing traces of liphophage throughout the cave systems, greatly expanding the reach of the disease and its potential affecting wildlife. R&D recommends destroying the goo sacs to stop its spread and to stay well out of the resulting puddles to avoid undue contamination of the company material. Liphophage Rockpox breeder. Killing a Rockpox breeder will spawn a tide of Rockpox larvae. Take care to not get overwhelmed. Attack, none. Defense, good. Speed, okay. Liphophage, flying, special larva proliferation, and larva rupture, which is an area and range respectively. Destroy with its blisters to kill it. Recent developments in liphophage activity has resulted in the appearance of Rockpox infected jelly breeders. Liphophage has changed the internal workings of its host to allow for Rockpox larvae to sprout and thrive within its body. Yet more signs of an almost purposeful, insidious intent for liphophage to spread itself aggressively. Management makes it very clear that all efforts must be put towards bringing this spread to a screeching halt, preferably before our caves are completely overrun. Rockpox Corruptor. Resistances are to kinetic, explosive, cold, and electrical. Attack is medium, defense, high, speed, okay. Combat tip. Each of its 3 sides containing a weak point underneath its armor. Destroying a weak point will deal massive damage. Family, liphophage. Type grounds. Attack slam, which is melee. Shellcrack, which is an area. Special, Rockpox eruption area. Subterranean tendrils, range. Armor, exterior is completely impervious, which means unbreakable armor. Weak point, core membranes. It's uncertain whether the corruptor has appeared as a reactionary evolution due to our efforts at combating contagious spike or because of some sort of self-preserving sentience. Its agenda is clear, however, to carry and spread rockpox as far as and as rapidly as possible. Physiology research suggests that most of its body is composed of biomass from consumed local fauna, encasing a cluster of plague hearts. Encasing that, it has grown an exterior silicone-based shell of what appears to be mostly rockpox-infected rock and assorted minerals. And that's it for the bestiary, because I don't have this correspond. We now have the planetary regions left, and also mission types. So, maybe another 10-20 minutes. Maybe 30 minutes. Let's start. Azura Wield. Unique minerals. Crappa, abundant. Unimite, scarce. Dazzling, bioluminescent clusters of lichen light up the darkness, illuminating this fertile and overgrown region in flickering neon colors. Don't let that lull you into false security, however. Azura Wield brings to mind the deep jungles in all of its splendor and horror, and much like its terrestrial counterparts, it is absolutely not out to make friends. Kill or be killed, that is the law in this place. Well, cave angels are found here. The learning mobile cave angels, a non-hostile inhabitant of the Azura Wield, and feeds exclusively on bioluminescent algae, so common in local flora. Bioluminescent fauna. Well, glowing stuff is hardly unique to the Azura Wield. The sheer proliferation of it in this region continues to mystify the research department. Crystalline caverns. Unique resources are jads, abundant, and bismore, which is scarce. Among the most spectacular sights on Hogsheath, the aptly named crystalline caverns are truly the sight to behold. Massive crystals erupt from its airy surface, glittering and twinkling in the dark. At last, the large crystals are mostly worthless silicate, but abundant deposit of valuable minerals does not dot the caves too. Crystal formations. Crystal clusters can be found all around the region. Some varieties have luminescent properties, and others discharge dangerous bursts of electrical buildup. Dense granite. The surface material is especially dense. It will take multiple hits from a pickaxe to be breached. Dense biozone, aka one of the worst biomes. Unique materials. Bismore, abundant, and eumenite, scarce. Whoever said plant life needs access to sunlight has obviously never visited Hogsmeade. This region is dominated by what can best be described as a subterranean rainforest. Masses of thriving, mostly carnivorous plant life, reaching entire microsystems of life deep within the crust of the planet. Tread with care. Lush vegetation, sporting some of the most fertile soil of all of Hogsmeade. This region is home to diverse and abundant species of plants. The ever-present grass can be obscure visibility of certain threats. Terraced walls. The singular sedimentation process of the region results in spectacular and complex cave formations. The intrinsic terraced walls can pose a tremendous challenge. I can't fucking read anymore. Fungus bogs. Crappa, abundant, jazz, scarce. Rome was sorry to send employees in here, but the roads are just too great to ignore. So therefore, welcome to Fungus Bogs, a truly awful region built mostly from slime, mold, and stinging insects, fungus, stinking mud, and corrosive lichen. Toxicity. The aggressive alien fungi proliferating in this region secretes all kinds of nasty spores and liquids. Bullets of vicious slime will slow your pace, while your respiratory system will be put to the test by clouds of poisonous air. Fungi. The humidity of this region provides ideal conditions for fungi to grow. Their consumption is firmly discouraged by the company. I'm going to eat the mushrooms. Glacial strata. Hold on. Unique materials. Magnite, abundant. Eumenite, scarce. At least one of our xenologists quit in rage when researchers started on this region. Instead of having conventional polar ice caps and in violation of all physical laws we know of, the continental plates of Hogsmeade rest on top of a planet-wide permafrost layers several miles deep. As always, Dear G recommends a don't-ask approach when dealing with the particularities of Hogsmeade's makeup. Cold. Multiple hazards in this region will reduce your body temperature, which can result in a frozen state. The local hot springs caused by gases filtering up from the planet's core provides much needed spots to warm yourself up. Thin layers of ice can collapse under your weight. Slow reactions might mean a trip into a deep and narrow crevasse. Hollow bow. The worst biome in this entire game. Hollow bow is a biological oddity that has the science department scratching their heads. This entire region of the planet is dominated by colossal organic conglomeration resembling the insides of hollow trees. However, these structures are under attack by invasive species of resinous vine-like plants. As much as a threat to us as the planet itself, we recommend traversing these environs with extreme caution. Wooden caves. The magnificent wooden structure of the hollow bow really puts the biological oddity that Hogsmeade on display. It's estimated that the weight of even one of these is in the billions of tons. I can't read it for some reason. Vines. To the best of our knowledge, the invasive red vines seen in the hollow bow is a recent development. Competing species of megaflora seems to fit the general gist of Hogsmeade pretty well. Magma core. Among the deepest of our mine sites, magma core caves are a mellow 250 to 400 degrees and helpfully lit by churning molten innards of the planet. We advise you not touch anything not mandated by the mission objectives, as your employee ensures to not cover burns. Fuck you, guys. Also, forgot to mention this, but Hollow Bow has Jad's abundant and Bismarck scarce, and this place has Magnite abundant and Crappa scarce. Magma geysers, an ever-present friend in this region. Magma frequently erupts in great plumes from the ground below your feet. Extreme caution is advised. Hawksquakes. Sudden tectonic shifts could cause a landscape of this region to shift dramatically in mere seconds. Resulting cracks will expose hot eruptive rock that must be avoided to prevent a suit overheat. Radioactive exclusion zone. Ravaged by thousands of years of high-intensity gamma radiation, this region of the planet is a known veritable hellhole of radioactive ash and decrepit mutated flora. Move with great care and pay particular attention with you maintaining full detox procedure upon return. Radioactivity. Sources of radioactivity are omnipresent in this area. Very few organisms can survive under these conditions, and so only a thin layer of residual ash covers most of the ground. Mutate creatures. Unusual levels of radiation have caused growth and mutations in various creatures. These mutations have altered the characteristics, turning them some into dangerous sources of radiation.
Salt pits. Oh yeah, also radioactive exclusion zone has abundant humanite and scarce Enar pearls. Unique materials for salt pits are Enar pearls and bismarck are being scarce. The salt pits epoxies was once the location of a huge underground lake. It dried up billions of years ago and left a huge crystallized deposit of red salt. Red salt, though worthless, tastes really good on bluefin omelets. Rare filtrations combined with the high density of salt have created singular structures of this mineral. While they can be helpful for traversals, some can easily collapse. Salt formations. Breeding grounds. Sodium is fundamental for the development of the Kronor's shell. For this reason, the region is often populated by this creature's offspring. Sandblasted corridors. Unique materials. Enar pearls, abundant, magnite, scarce. This region is dominated by the wind-blasted and air tunnels reaching dozens of miles below ground. Particularly, the composition of the surrounding rocks means particularly no moisture, resulting in one of the driest regions of the planet. Water being so precious that the inhabiting wildlife is practically aggressive, ravenous for whatever fluids reside within their prey. Sand. Internal wind currents constantly lash the walls of this region, eroding the whole terrain. The compacted sand is the least resistant material on oxides and can be easily removed with a pickaxe. The region is dotted with natural events, blowing gale force winds into the caves, and are strong enough to propel you in any direction. Additionally, some windstorms frequently occur, severely reducing visibility and movement capabilities. That's it for. We are now on to the last part. Missions. Mining expedition. 1. Mine Morkite. Search for caves for mine Morkite. 2. Deposit. Deposit the meal until the team reaches the objective quota. 3. Call a drop pod. Once the objective is met, use the button on meal to call for a drop pod. The meal will automatically head towards the drop pod and follow markers left behind before the pod leaves. Egg hunt. Locate the eggs. The terrain scanner or search for the caves to find the nest. Use your digging tools to dig them out of the wall. This might be triggering an enemy attack. Stick them in a meal until the required amount is collected. And then just call a drop pod and escape. On-site refinery. Locate the wells, search for caves to find wells of liquid morkite and call down the pump jack. Deploy pipelines and connecting the refinery to the pump jacks. Build every segment, build the final pipe from every connector. Once finalized, press the button to start the refining process. Repair. Maintain the pipelines until the liquid morkite is extracted. Follow the sounds and blinking lights to locate the broken mini-mules. Attach missing legs found in the vicinity or repair the mini-mules. Once all objects are repaired, recall the mule to the abandoned drop pod. Activate an uplink near the drop pod and defend the area while your position is triangulated. A fuel deposit will land nearby. Switch it on to defend the area while the creation happens. Resist until the drop pod is powered up and reuse it to safely leave the mission area. Point extraction. Blue shimmery emitting from the walls will allow you to locate embedded gems. Craft a rock to dig out the rock. Bring the gems and deposit them in the mine head. Once all necessary aqua rocks are collected, press the button and send the precious cargo home. Or quarks. What quarks? I don't know. I just call them aqua rocks. The drop pod will be sent as soon as the cargo has been received. Resist until it arrives and use it to return. Deep scan. Locate the resonance crystal. Use the telemetric rangefinder. Locate resonance crystals hidden beneath the ground of the caves. Once you unearth a resonance crystal scanner will be sent down nearby. Drag a cable from a resonance scanner and attach it to the resonance crystal. Board the drill elevator. Once all the deep scans have been performed and then Morkite geolocated, the drill elevator was sent down to get to the drill elevator and start the drilling sequence. Descend to the Morkite geode, accompany the drill elevator on its way down and keep its operational while fighting back those enemy swarms. I like how this looks like a YouTube thumbnail. Collect Morkite seeds. Once at the Morkite geode, collect the required Morkite seeds and use the provided jet boots to get to the escape pod. Escort duty. Drillers will land next to you. Turn it on to start drilling. Protect the drill dozer from hostile creatures while following it through the tunnels. When the drill dozer runs out of fuel, use the fuel canisters to extract oil from the surrounding area. When the fuel canister is full, go back to the drill dozer and insert it in one of the free slots. Reach the drill dozer will reach the armor and hard shell and move into position. Once ready, press the button to start the perforation.
Defend villagers from incoming enemies until the perforation is complete. Elimination. Find the cocoons. Use the terrain scanner to track down the cocoons. Crack open the cocoons and fight the dreadnought. Then use Molly and get out of there. Sabotage. Locate the power station. Follow the power lines for the data volts force field projector to get to the power station. Call the hacking pod. Call down the hacking pod. It will land nearby. Use the transmitter nodes to dispense from a hacking pod to establish a connection between it and the power station. Defend the hacking pod. Protect the hacking pod from the incoming enemies until the hacking is complete. Once both power stations are disabled, return to the data vault and put the shield batteries out of commission. Defeat the caretaker to access the data vault and steal the data rack. Lithophage outbreak. Locate a contagion spike and approach it. When you're around a contagion spike, call down a cleanup pod. Grab a lithofoamer from the cleanup pod rack and start foaming the yellow spots. Use the lithovac found on the cleanup pod to vacuum the lather. Repeat step 3 and 4 until contagion spike withers. Anomalies. Gold rush. We're rich. We're rich. The missions are areas full of extra rich gold veins. We're rich. Low gravity. Mysterious gravitational irregularities result in lower overall gravity in the mission area. Mineral mania. The missions area is home to unusually high concentrations of regional mineral resources. Golden bugs. Every kill is worth gold. Literally. Rich atmosphere. A special mix of gases in the air makes both dwarves and aliens faster. As a side effect, everyone's voice is funnier than usual. Hitting weak points hurts even more than usual for critical weakness. Double XP. Successful grant with experience points of standard mission. Volatile guts. The odd composition of local food sources means all enemies violently combust upon death, causing area damage. Secret secondary. Management has been fit to issue a secondary objective: get rich or die trying. Blood sugar. Toxins in the atmosphere drain your health, but crystallize the blood of the hogsheets wildlife into red sugar. To kill to survive. Warnings. Oh boy. Exploder infestation. You will be attacked by an almost constant flow of glyph exploder packs. Shielders disruption. Magnetic interference is causing all shields to malfunction. Most threats, bacteria plague. Most threats of this mission will come from the air. The caves are full of bacteria. Cave leech cluster. Watch out from the ceiling. There is an unusual density of cave leeches. Parasites summons eating the creatures from inside out, and will go after you as soon as their host is dead. Regenerative bugs. After a few seconds of not taking damage, the creature will start recovering health. Low oxygen. The mission area has practically low concentration of breathable air. Dwarves most frequently replenish their O2 by standing near one of their tanks attached to the mule and other devices. Melee damage from all enemies hurts a lot more than usual for lethal enemies. Haunted Cave. A slow but invulnerable and deadly creature has been detected in this area. It will relentlessly chase you throughout the mission. Do not let it get close. Elite threat. Stronger, faster, and deadlier enemy variants might appear in the cave. Make it every bullet count. Fun fact. It's possible, I think, for an elite bulk detonator spawn. So you're going to have a bulk detonator run at you at Mach 5. Swarm again and prepare yourself for a tsunami of glyphid swarmers. Royal presence, sensitive to royal presence in the area. Lithophage outbreak. The caves are infected with parasitic rock pox and must be purged using industrial clean tools. Duck and cover. For reasons unknown, there are far more ranged enemies of all classes at this mission site. Seek cover. Ebonite outbreak. This mission site suffers from a massive ebonite infestation. Rock and stone, literally. And that is finally it. Oh, that took a lot longer than I thought it would. Well, that is everything in the miner's manual except for 3 guys, which are all new enemies. I'm gonna drink a fucking beer. Where's a blackout stout? I need that. I need a blackout stout. Where is it? There it is.
Blackout stout, please, and dim the lights a bit. This is gonna be a tough one.
Well, I have copyright music off, right? Yeah, stream mode, disable copyright jukebox music. There we go.
That sucks.
Well, Remember to follow my Twitch, subscribe to the channel, join Discord, follow my Tumblr, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Get in my guts.
Well, I don't know if I'm gonna play tomorrow, but goodbye. Fucking stone. Beautiful dwarves. Gotta kill myself. Ugh.